Good morning, my beautiful angels. Apologies, I did not post a weekend general reading for this weekend. I was quite busy, but I will be posting some readings today to cover you for your love energetic readings for the month of February. And then next week, we'll be doing the mid-month updates along with a special Valentine's Day reading. The reading that I'm going to do now is who is not prepared to come to you in love and why. Doesn't mean that they don't care for you, doesn't mean that they don't like you, they're not attracted to you, but there are reasons that are holding them back. Heavenly Father, as I cleanse and praise over these decks, guide me to the messages for Sagittarius, especially for those who wish to know why the person that they have feelings for, or someone that they have an interest in, or they may feel have a mutual interest in them as well, is not coming forth. We thank you in advance in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, let's cleanse the space. These are general messages. It may not pertain to your situation. And if it doesn't, then you can just listen in for your enjoyment. But if it does pertain to you, take whatever notes that does pertain to you. Okay, let's see first with the tarot. Why is this person not coming forth? Or why they're holding back their feelings, even though they may have feelings for you. Romantic feelings we're talking about, not platonic. And they may want to be involved with you. So with the overall energy, we're getting the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Supported by the Two of Wands, the Empress, and the Ace of Swords. So just from these cards here, these are all positive cards. The only indecisive one could be the Two of Wands, where they might have maybe another option, or there's other opportunities, or maybe things that they want to do before they pursue you. But otherwise than that, it seems to be positive energy around them. So let's see what it is. So yes, they have a choice right now. They're either choosing between pursuing you or someone else, or it could be pursuing you or just not being in a relationship, and they could be pursuing personal goals, financial goals. It doesn't always have to be that there's someone else in the picture other than you. Sometimes even as Saggies, right? We put certain priorities in our life over our love life, and that could be the case. So don't take it personal like, oh, they're not interested in me, or there's someone else that they like better. No, that could be far from the case. They could be just doing them. They could be doing them to make themselves better and to make a foundation better, that if they want to pursue you and if they see you as their forever love, they want to make sure that they're going to be able to provide for you. They're going to make sure they're going to want to be able to give you all the things that they know that you desire, but more importantly, Sagittarius, that you deserve. So they could be doing a lot of meditation. They could be just experiencing, a hermit mode in their life right now, where they're not really even hanging out or really being out there with other people, because they're focused. They're trying to gain their focus as to what they want to do, because whatever it is that they want to do, there's two directions in which they can go in. And it doesn't mean that you're not in either of those directions, but depending on what path they choose to take, it could cause a delay in with them connecting with you, especially, like I said, if they put their career, or if they have children, and maybe they want to put their children ahead of their own personal romance at this time. So it's not to say, again, that you're not part of either choice, but it's where in that choice and what choice they make will determine how much they're going to be able to pursue you and when. With the Empress energy and the Ace of Swords, like I said, they definitely are also starting to want to create and do new things. They're trying to be more productive in their life, in their cycle of their life. They're trying to be that son or daughter that their mother raised them to be. So they're really trying to, if they were out there in the streets and they were a player, they're trying to change their life. They're trying to be a better person so that, again, when they come to you, they can come correct. And they also know that you, Sagittarius, you're a person of nurturing, of giving and loving. They know that you're the type of person that deserves someone who is definitely on their A game, shouldn't be slacking. They know how loving and creative you are. They know that you definitely a mother material. So if this person doesn't have children, or even if they do have children, they could still be contemplating and thinking in life what it would be like to co-parent with you and to have your own children together, because they see those values and opportunities in you. And definitely, yes, with the Ace of Swords, they get clarity when they see you, and they know with you good things will come into their life, and that together you both will be able to create and bring new ideas into both your lives. And in a sense, right now, more than anything, they're getting that clarity, and they're working towards that clear thinking to make their way towards you. They're getting that vision. They're working on coming towards you, because with the overall energy, right, with the Nine of Pentacles, this is someone who wants to be right when they come towards you. Not just right physically or mentally, but financially. They want to be able to offer you and to work with you to grow, to set a foundation. They don't want to just rely, on your money or your wit or your keen responsibility. They want to come in as an equal partner. They truly want to be that soulmate, that twin flame, that loving partner for life for you. They're not in it for the short term. So they don't want to come in if they're not ready to commit. They don't want to come in if they're not ready to fulfill the things that they know. This person already knows what you expect in a partner, and they don't want to come in and play games and disappoint you or lead you on. They rather come in, take their time, even though it might disappoint you that they're staying away. They rather come when it's time for them to come correct, and they have everything, lined up in a row. But, we know, and I'm sure they know too in the back of their head, that everything is not always going to be exactly the way you want it to be, and that's no reason to delay being in a relationship. But I get what their intentions are. They might be sending you some good news, or you might hear of a message of good news concerning them. I think this is going to be like a message they might send you, maybe even for Valentine's Day or just in general, so that I feel they sense your anxiety. You might have reached out to them, or someone might have mentioned something to them, or they just tapped into your energy, and they might sense that you feel like you're losing interest in them because you're not around or you don't communicate as much. But again, I think it's not because they don't want to communicate. They don't want to make false promises. They don't want to disclose too much of what they're doing, because they are working in silence. When they come forth to you, like I said, they want to come forth to you with everything, and they're going to come forth with their emotions, overabundance in communication to you. But right now, while they're trying to get things together, they're just focusing and putting their energy into that. And I think, Sag, you can again agree and also sympathize with that, because there's many times when you have had to do the same in your life. At the bottom of the deck, they might give you this feeling that you feel like you're out in the cold because they're not communicating, and I think that's why you might hear from them, because they don't want you to think that they're ignoring you. They're just doing what they need to do. Okay, let's see when it comes to time. We know some type of message or word's going to get to you. So we get next month. So you may or may not hear from them for Valentine's Day, but you might get some other information from them with this boat here next month. Maybe next month they'll reach out to you because they'll be in the middle of travel, or maybe they would have curtailed their travel and they've got some, in between time, some quiet time between business travel or personal travel and personal matters, that they can take the time to talk with you and to see what's up and to see how you're doing. The bottom of the deck, it's not too late. I like that because I know some of you get squirmish when you don't hear from your partners. And, you know, you got to remember, when people are being really focused on their life and they're trying not to make mistakes and they're trying not to get distracted, they really do have to kind of leave everything and everyone alone, even the ones that they love, because they need to truly focus. And not to say that you're a burden, but you know, you wanting love and constant affection and maybe wanting to go out and do things together, and you want to hear time and over again, you know, what their commitment is to you. It's, again, it's a little burdensome to them. So just give them the space to let them do what they're doing, but they are working towards trying to get to you and to be in this relationship. Let's see what other messages we get. Secrets and deception. They could be holding some secrets, yes. There could be things that they don't want you to know because it might hurt you, or you might think of them in a negative way. And these could be things that they're working on to correct behind the scenes. You're always on my mind. So yes, even though you don't physically see them and you don't hear from them as much as you would like, remember what I just said, Saggy, as much as you would like, you definitely are always on their mind. And a lot of what they do and what they're focusing on is because they want to be with you and they want to make their life right to be with you eventually. You are the person of my dreams. Yes, this person does like you. This person has love for you. They have some type of romantic interest for you. They dream of you. They see you as their person. At the bottom of the deck, I check on you from afar. So remember, we had the messenger just now come forth in the page. So even though you might not be seeing them or hearing from them as much as you want, they know on the other side what you're doing, and they do keep tabs. They might have a friend or a mutual friend or a cousin or relative that kind of keeps them in the scoop of what you're doing. You know, how is she? Does she ask for me? Is she dating anyone? You know, that type of thing. Because you're not really together in that romantic sense. So there's always a possibility that either you or they can commit to someone else. So they do check on you to see what you're doing and, you know, how the temperature is, so to speak. You're ready. They know that you're ready to be in this relationship, and they don't doubt it whatsoever, but they know that they're not fully ready. So you have to allow them that time. The bottom we get look for a sign. When the time is right, the universe and they will both send you a sign, and you will know that they are coming forth. We get the message of ego. Hurt ego get in the way of relationship. Don't let your ego or their ego put a void or separate you further. Don't let your ego get the best of you, Sagittarius, that you push this person away. Because they're not, like I said, you're not in a full-blown romantic relationship, but you definitely have your eyes on each other. But if either one of you let your egos get in the way of the relationship, it will set things further back. With the cards, we get thief here. Rob, lost, that physical, emotional. Something could have transpired between the two of you. Where you take personally offense that you feel, because it's not that you think they misled you or they've been leading you on, you know, unintentionally. But for some of you, if you've been sexually active with this person in the past, you know, some people feel once they give their body to someone, that is something sacred. And then if you kind of ghost them, they kind of feel like you stole something from me, you took something from me. So some of my Saggies might feel that way. You might feel like, oh, well, you just wanted to, you know, get in the hay with me, and then once that was done, you kind of cooled off things. I don't think that was really their feelings. Let's get a clarifier on that. A victory, a win. Yes, they did take it as a victory. They did take it like, okay, wow, they were able to finally make love to you. But it's a positive thing for them. It was a beautiful experience. They didn't do it to take advantage of you. They didn't do it as a one-offer. So, again, don't think that they're ghosting you. Don't think that they had sex with you just to have sex with you, to have another notch on their belt. It's not that at all. Cock blocking. There is someone that is giving this person attention, though, that could be trying to block you from them. We get the energy of forcer, someone who's trying to force their way in, uses force to get what they want. This is something that could be the energy of both of you, where you're used to getting your way, the both of you, but in this situation, neither one of you are getting your way. So again, it's an adjustment. It's a different way that both of you are approaching this relationship. With looking up, researching, studying, getting info on you, like I said, yes, even though they're not around as much and you don't hear from them as often, they are still keeping tabs on you because they have a great concern that there's a potential that they could lose you, with them kind of wanting to wait until they get things right with themselves before they come to you. So they're always really busy checking to make sure you're good. They don't hear that you're dating anyone, that that the door is still open, so to speak, for them to come through. Played out, for you though, they feel that the waiting that they're making you do is played out. You're ready to rush into this relationship. You're ready to commit to this relationship. You don't really understand why they feel the need to have to put a delay in the relationship. I'm aware of what you're going through. I wish I could be there to go through with you. This could have been personal situations you could have been involved in or gone through recently, and they weren't there to be there with you. They're very sympathetic, and they might have even reached out to you, and even if they didn't, they're telling you here through this reading that, I know, I'm sorry that I wasn't there for you. I wish I could have been there. I'm aware of what you're going through. Again, they know, they keep up with what's going on in your life. So if someone passed in your life, if someone is sick in your family, trust me, they know. I'm not just sure where we stand anymore. Definitely that is a mutual feeling, but the work and the communication has to come from both of you. I waited for you way too long. I have to turn my back on this connection now and let you go. This could be you, Sagittarius. Definitely, you don't like playing waiting games. You enjoy your freedom, but you also, when you're attracted to someone and that person is attractive to you, you want that to go somewhere. You want that to become something. And you're trying to be understanding of this person's delay in moving forward with you, but you are getting tired of, I hate to call them excuses, but you're getting tired of the excuses. You're getting tired of the distance, and you either want this relationship to take place, or let's just take it off the board and we'll revisit it at a later date. If it happens, it happens. But for now, you need some clarity. You need some type of commitment or closure. We also get, I'm having a hard time adjusting to going from best friends and knowing each other's darkest secrets to being complete strangers. This person could have been someone that was your best friend, or you really had a good kinship, a good friendship, and then the romantic attraction just came into play. Just, sometimes when you have best friends or people that you have confidants with and you switch lanes to make it romantic, it can be very, very complicated for many reasons. You both know about each other's darkest secrets, right? You know each other inside out. You know how you both act and how you kind of commit and not commit in your relationships. So there's a lot of things that you bring into this relationship that is judging the relationship from what you both know about each other. It doesn't mean that you're going to do that to each other, but the thought is always there. And that can keep you two apart, because those flashbacks of the conversations, the things that you said to each other, it's hard to forget that when it was conversations with the dealings with you two with other people. And now you're a couple. How does that all work out when you know each other's game plan, so to speak? Can you really trust each other? So there's a lot of homework and there's a lot of healing and growing in these type of relationships when you go from being best friends to lovers. There's a lot of pros to it, but there's also a lot of cons. And with those cons comes this type of ghosting energy where one of you or both of you tend to ghost each other because you're afraid to explore the emotions. You're afraid to discuss, you know, what feelings you both have and the concerns you both have, you know, being that you both know each other's dirt, you know. So it's a normal thing, but you do have to address it. But everyone wants to handle it a different way, but it has to be handled. So both of you at some point have to come together and communicate. Upside down, this is the way how you both might be feeling now, that, you know, things are all over the place when it comes to the two of you. There is a disconnect. Heaven must be missing an angel. You know, this person, they know how sweet and innocent you are, and they know you're a good guy, you're a good girl, whatever the case is. And in most cases, this is more the female Sag. And they know they don't want to blow this opportunity with you, because like I said, if this is a friendship, a love that went from friendship to lovers, they would have never in their wildest dreams expected to be with you. And now that they have this opportunity, they're like, oh my God, heaven has sent me the angel that I've always wanted. I mean, I've always had her in my life as a friend, but now I can have her in my life as a lover. So they really don't want to mess this up. And yes, in the back of their head, they know. They're thinking also of all the things that you've gone through together as friends, and the discussions about your love lives and everything, and how that can play towards or against your relationship. Always and forever, you and this person are going to be connected, regardless if things don't jump start in the way that you want it to right now. As far as a romance, you're always going to be tied to this person as a friend, and there's always going to be a connection, a loving connection, even if it isn't romantic between you and this person. So that's why it's so important that you communicate and talk. You get beat it and follow me. This is the cross energy that's going on, because it's like they don't want to string you along, but they don't want to lose you either. So what decision do they make? Remember, in the beginning, we started with the Two of Wands. They're contemplating, they're making decisions for their life, which also includes you in this relationship. Do I tell you, Saggy, to follow me, even though I don't know where I'm going and where this relationship might go and how it fits into my life? Or do I tell you to beat it, just go, leave me, and we'll meet up however we meet up? You know, we'll still continue to be friends, but the romantic side of it, we're not going to pursue. At the bottom of the deck, a night to remember. I'm using my Message Moods deck, the one that is for private sale. These are the several cards that have come from this deck for this reading. And with a night to remember, you have had sexual connections with this person, or close enough to it. You've kissed, you've fondled, and they remember a particular night or a couple of nights. So again, their thoughts are with you. They haven't abandoned you, but this is, you know, it's a kind of a little stickler that they're in, because they have decisions that they need to make for their life, which also somehow includes you, but may not include you, and they just don't know which way to go with it. They don't want to do anything to hurt you, and they definitely don't want to do anything to mislead you. This pain and projection are not my true nature. Like I said, they're not trying to hurt you. Thank you, angels. They're not trying to hurt you. They don't want to hurt you. And you know, deep down, you know they're not hurting you. You're just hurt because you want to be with them in a romantic way. You want this relationship to jumpstart. But there's a delay. There are things that have to be worked out. I had to keep believing that this is healing. The both of you have to believe that the growing pains that you're going through in this cycle of life change and transition that you're both going through, you have to hope that in it, towards the end, you will find your way to each other. I love who I've become, but I'm still not sure who I'm becoming. They have a lot of insecurities. There's a lot of uncertainty with them. We started out with that Two of Wands. They are looking for answers. They're looking for a sense of direction. And you're in those thoughts. You're in those plans. But it's like, are you in the beginning of those plans? Do they bring you into it in the middle? Or do they wait till when these plans all kind of take place and are completed and then bring you in? Some people, when they're a work in progress, they don't want to disturb people with the ups and downs and the delays and everything that comes with being uncertain in life and still going through growing pains. They rather you wait for the finished product. But Saggy, being the kind of crazy, loving, optimistic guys and gals that we are, we don't mind going along for the ride if we know you're doing the right thing, if we know you're working towards the right thing, which includes us being in your life for that happy ending. As long as you're showing us you're doing the work and you're being honest and you're being consistent, we'll ride with you. We know that life has its ups and downs. We don't want you to try to save us, from the difficulties of life. Hey, we've lived it. We know. We want to be there with you. So they might not understand your complacency or your willingness to go through this journey with them, even though it might be a tough one. And again, this is where communication, sitting down and really bearing your feelings and talking to each other and soothing each other's soul and really confirming and bringing out forth on the table what it is you both really want and what you're both willing to do for each other and the relationship. I'm grateful for the blessings I found along the way. They definitely consider you a blessing. Like they said earlier, you are an angel that has fallen into their arms and into their life, and they're forever grateful for that. And they just want you to be patient with them, but they are going to come forth. In closing, we get, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway of the soul. There's so many things that they want to do. Like I said, there's so many things what they want to be. There's so many decisions that they have to make. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is deep as the ocean. They send their thoughts to you, and I feel like this energetic flow of energy that they send you through dreams, through telepathic angelic numbers, through songs, through messages that they might send through others to remind you that you mean something to them. They do want a connection with you. We get wait, don't rush into it, allow nature to take its course. And I think that is a beautiful card to end at with this reading, because I think we have enough guidance here and enough information here to say, well, the reason why the person that has an interest in you and you may have an interest in is not coming towards you is simply because A, they're afraid, B, they're in a cycle or a point in their life where they have decisions to make, paths to choose, and they just don't know what to do, when to do it, how to include you in it. So it's a big decision that they have to make. And a lot of that burden, a lot of that decision making, they don't want to, bother you with. So you might just have to be patient. Definitely increase the communication. Let them know how important communication is to you, even though, this relationship isn't taking off yet the way that both of you might want it to be. But being in contact with each other on a regular basis, not irregular basis, is important. Keeping the energy of the feelings present is important. But certainly, the angels say you should wait, don't rush it, allow nature to take its course. If this person desires you the way that you feel that they do, and the way that they seem to do, and you vice versa with them, things will fall into place. This person already says, always and forever, you guys are going to be together. Whether it's in a relationship or friendship, you're always going to be of importance to each other. So don't rush things and don't make things so heavy upon you and them that you even mess up the friendship. Talk. Convey your feelings to each other. Allow each other the space to grow and to do the things that you want to do. And let each other know when you're willing to, fight the fight of life with this person and vice versa. Let them know that it's okay that they come and lean on you. You don't take it as a sign of weakness. People don't know how you feel. People don't know what you're willing to take and what your boundaries are unless you tell them. So wait, let divine work its way in this relationship. But I really think this is a positive feeling. This is a positive relationship that will have positive results in the future. Congratulations. Namaste.